If you want to know how well you're developing in music, it's not just about the music theory you're learning. Because every musician uses four of these faculties. The V, the visual. You have to grow what? Visually. You must also grow at what's called the electrochemical level or the nervous level. Visual, nervous. And this has to do with your brain. How much theory you know of the concept. How well do you know it? How well do you know your notes and how notes form scales and how scales form intervals and how intervals form chords and how chords become chord progressions and how chord progressions evolve into songs? You must understand this for your brain. So your eyes, your brain. For the visual, look at this. For the visual, the C major chord and the F major chord are the same thing. How many of us can see that? At the visual level, we're not doing C, E, G, and F, A, C. No. We're doing what? White, 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 and white, 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 and white, white, white. Does that make sense? That's how we learn at the visual level. At the electrochemical level or the nervous level, we take a deep dive into the theory and expanding all the concepts from notes to scales to intervals to chord progressions to songs, right? And then there's another level that has to do with what? The kinetic. That has to do with the execution. Gentlemen and ladies, no matter how much you know about the color combination of the notes is beautiful, the theory of music is fantastic, but you need execution. The kinetic level is where you do what? You execute the music. If you talk about the music C, E, G without going to the piano to play, we can't hear the music. So there's need for what? Visual orientation. There's need for what? Information that happens in the class. There's also need for the practice room where you practice what? Execution. And the last one is the RO level that has to do with development of your ears. So no matter how well you know the CEG is a C major chord, we can play CEG and you're not aware, and that's a bad thing. How many of us understand what I'm talking about? So musical growth, you must tell yourself the truth. What I'm doing now, is it helping my visual or my electrochemical or my kinetic or my oral? That has to do with my hearing. If it's not helping any of this, you are not growing. And if you're one-sided in your growth, every time you're learning the theory of music, you're good with the definition of music, but you can't execute a thing, you can't play a chord, then you need to stop doing the electrochemical, the theory, and focus on your oral. Focus on your kinetic execution. So make sure that you're growing in all these regards.